Hello and welcome to the session on brakes. So in this session we will learn the concept of single block or shoe brake, where we will do problems on this. So as we have seen in the previous session that we have three cases for single block or shoe brake. So one is first case is where the fulcrum, this we call it as a fulcrum, where the pivot point, this is the lever and this is the block and this is the drum, where you can see that here the force which is passing through the fulcrum, here also force which is passing through the fulcrum. In all the four cases the force is passing through the fulcrum. So this is first case, and similarly in this second case we discussed where force is in between fulcrum and the drum. You can see here the tangential force exerted will be in between the force exerted in between the fulcrum and the drum, as you can see in this case. And next case where fulcrum is in between center of the drum and F theta. You can see that fulcrum of the drum is in between the F theta, which is force which is acting, and the drum here. So this is how we can we have three cases on block or shoe brake. So we will discuss cases here based on the given problem. So this is the problem 1, where you can see in this problem he has given a sketch where a single block brake is shown. This is the block which is attached to the drum here, where it will be operated through the lever here. This is the lever, and the load which is applied on this lever is 625 Newton, which is a load which is acting on the brake drum to slow down or to stop the drum here. So, and one major important thing is you need to consider the rotation of the drum. So based on rotation of the drum, so formula will be varying. So in some cases formula might be same or it might be different. So in this case, what case it is, first you need to identify. Based on the case we have different formulas. So here I will show you. In the data handbook we have different equations on the right side for different cases, three cases which are discussed, where in this case you can see here the fulcrum and the force. In this case the fulcrum is in between disc and the force here, where here in this case, as you can see, where there is the tangential force is in between the axis of the drum and the fulcrum here, where in this case the fulcrum is in between tangential force. You can see this where the tangential force exerts, and the axis of the drum. So three cases are there. Based on the three cases, first you need to identify which type of case is that. Based on the rotation you can choose the formula. You can see here, whenever fulcrum, this is the fulcrum, it is in between the tangential force and the axis of the drum, we have two equations. Whenever the drum is moving in clockwise direction, the formula is different, and whenever the drum is moving in anti-clockwise direction, the formula is different. So rotation is very important that we need to consider, and the location of the fulcrum. So next in this problem, in the given problem, you can see that the fulcrum, you can see in this case the fulcrum is not in between. In this case the tangential force will be in between the fulcrum and the force here, in this case it is fulcrum is in between the tangential force as well as the axis of the drum. So this will be case 3. You can see the fulcrum is in between the axis of the drum and the tangential force applied. where you can see the small c, which is nothing but the distance from the tangential force, where the force is applied on the drum while braking. So that force distance to the fulcrum distance, that we call it as c. Very important, that we call it as c here. And then A and B are the distances, respective distances from the axis of the drum to the force, normal force applied. And B is nothing but the distance from the axis of the drum vertically and to the fulcrum axis. You can see there. So A and B should be noted down. So in this case, as you can see, this is a third case as per our equation, where in this case A and B are equal, which are 180 mm, and similarly you can see that he has given the distance, not directly given the distance of C, but he has given the distance from fulcrum to the from the fulcrum to the axis of the drum. So this distance he has given it as 100. So C is nothing but from the tangential force application to the fulcrum. So there is some distance will be there. That distance we need to calculate. So that can be calculated. See, this can be calculated by using since he has given the distance. You can see in the figure, he has given this distance. To calculate this distance, remaining distance, this will be your C value. So it is half of 250, which is 125 the radius, minus 100. So 125 minus 100, you will get the value of C. You can see value of C, it is nothing but the distance between the fulcrum point and the tangential force point, where this distance we call it as C. So first and also F value he has given, that is the force. As you can see that F is nothing but this value, force, which is given. A and B is known to you, and mu is the coefficient of friction. You can see that between the brake block and the brake wheel, the friction, which we call it as mu here, and C value we need to calculate. So this equation we need to refer since it is clockwise. Then and after application, so for before calculating, so we need to calculate. First write down the data for this. As I told you, A and B are equal, force is 625 Newton, and the radius of the brake drum 125 mm, and also you can see that C can be taken as 125 the radius minus the 100. So where you will get 25 mm as the C here. And first if you want to calculate torque, as you can see he has asked that torque that might be resisted by the brake. So it has to stop by the block here. For that reason it has to carry that torque. So what is the torque generated by the brake drum? So as you know that the torque is given by the force which is acting here, Ft, tangential force, that is not given, that we need to calculate, Ft into R. R is nothing but radius of the drum. So for calculating Ft, we will use this equation 13.17d as given in the data handbook, as I shown you, where for all the values, substitute all the values for this case, you will get the tangential load which is acting on the brake. It is acting on the brake drum or the wheel, that will be 360 Newton. So after getting the Ft value, you can able to substitute in the torque equation. You will get the value as 45 Newton meter. So initially it will be Newton millimeter. Next we will need to convert it into Newton meter divided by 1000. So that is how we can able to calculate the torque based on the given condition, which case it is. First you need to identify. After identifying that, which formula we need to use, and also what direction it is rotating. So these two things must be considered while designing the block brakes. I hope you have understood the problem. So thank you for watching.